So if we want to make a density measurement, the first thing we do is we fill up the bottom part with water. So I've done that now. And we want to make sure we clean up any water drips so that we don't accidentally get our samples wet. And in fact, it's important that the samples be very, very dry when we measure them in air. So the next thing we're going to include in the lab will be an oven here that will allow us to dry the samples before we weigh them in air. So my hands are dry, so I'm going to pick up our first sample, which is a granite, and we're going to measure it in air. So we see that the scale is measuring 0, and now we're going to measure the weight of this sample, and it's 344.6 grams, and we just take several measurements to make sure we get the same result each time, which we do. Okay, so we can keep measuring if we want, but this is just for the video. So we now are going to put it in water. Now keep in mind, this rock has a lot of large crystals in it. And so it's got a little bit of porosity. And the question is what type of density you want to measure. For now, we're just going to do weight in air and then weight in water, but we should perhaps wait until it's fully saturated with water and leave it in water overnight. So for now, we're going to put it on this little tray, and you can see the tray is fully submerged in the water, and I'm going to make sure that the rock is fully submerged and that it's not touching any of the sides and that we don't have any movement on it. And we want to keep everything dry when we're working with this. And now we have the weight in water, which is 215.9 grams. And then we can use Archimedes' principle and take the weight in air and then divide that by the difference between the weight in air and weight in water, and that gives us a specific gravity, which is essentially density.